bro.
I'm gonna start kicking people off. You guys are being feral. Like, just chill out a little bit. So, do you want to fucking leave?
All I'm saying is sometimes if you're born a woman who has nothing and you have no support and no help, that's the first job that's ever existed for a woman. The first job ever to exist for a woman is to be a prostitute.
It's not true.
Yes, it is freaking true.
It's not true.
That is like the caveman job.
So just because, okay, so like has been happening for a really long time, is that a justification for
I'm not saying it's a justification, Brian. I'm saying like this is why these things happen and this is how
women have, so okay, just to be clear, women who are not sex workers are all broke and destitute.
No, I'm not saying that.
Women who are not sex workers, they're just all broke and they're all homeless. Is that your position?
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Your argument is, oh, what if you don't have another option? There's other jobs you can do. There's jobs.
Have you? You try to get a job, dude. Like, it's so hard to get a job these days. She literally said she had to pray. Like, she literally had to pray to get a job. It is hard to get a job.
Places are fucking hiring.
Can
That's
I say
ridiculous.
something?
I don't think the average job pays
woman
rent.
is like through pure financial necessity. Forced into this. You do it.
So you're saying my life is just like a joke, like the literal lived truth. Lived truth. Oh, that can't happen. I'm telling you right now.
You're saying you had no other option besides being a stripper.
Yes.
That's for a lot of women.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's for a lot of women.
To live comfortably, the money gap is very different. I don't think you should go into this industry desperate because it sets you up to put yourself in bad positions.
It definitely does.
I'm thankfully at a point where I'm just making cute little Instagram reels, and that's my job, and I love it. And I mean, there is content, but my day-to-day is just Instagram, and it's really cool.
I don't think you should go into like what you guys are doing like desperate, like you said, because I had a friend that was living with me and I was working 3 jobs, minimum wage to make ends meet. She was living with me and I just told her she needed to get an education or she needed to get a job, and she didn't want to do either of those because she wanted to do OnlyFans and she didn't want to, and she wanted to do makeup on OnlyFans and do like sex work on OnlyFans. But there was literally a McDonald's hiring down the street and she didn't want to do that. She wanted to do OnlyFans instead. It's like, if that's not something that you feel is something that you want to do, just be real about it and just say like, look, I want to make my money the way I want to make my money, and that's it. Don't sit here and be like, oh, well, this and this and this, and it's okay because I'm a Christian.
Sometimes it is the easiest job to get.
That's what she is saying. That to afford her lifestyle she wants, she got.
Hold on.
I'm okay with my job.
Donated $100.
Yo, William, thank you.
Read Proverbs 6:16-19.
Yes. Okay, well, maybe from what I understand, 6:16-19 is throwing a bullet that's on fire to someone to provoke a reaction.
Bro, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I know.
7 things God
Pull it up.
detests.
Okay.
Mary, can you Google it? Proverbs 6:16-19. It's the 7 things that God hates.
Okay.
This says 6 things. Oh, wait. 6 things the Lord hates.
Okay.
7 that are detestable. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community.
A person who stirs up conflict that you could say that's your job right there. That's your job. It's not bad, but yes, that's your job.
Thank you, William. Shout out, William.
I love William.
I'm a defender right there. You're not Christian.
Thanks for the
What a
love.
homie right
don't
there.
understand. How many times do I have to repeat it so I don't ID?
Yeah, exactly. I know that.
we know that.
But you just seem so passionate
That's
about
like
other people
That's
following
like
it.
imagine if
Why
we,
do you care
hold on.
that I follow
Imagine
it?
if we just like pulled up the Quran and the Quran was like, okay, you can't eat pork. Thank you. You can't eat pork, and then you see me eating pork, and you're like, what the fuck, Brian? I guess you're not a Muslim. What the fuck? Your guys' logic is actually dog shit.
All I'm saying is
That's literally what you're doing to us.
But so,
Like what? That's exactly
are you guys
what you're
just
saying.
not following along? Are you guys not understanding? So you said you're a Christian. You're a Christian. So when you say you're a Christian, that's a sort of a way in which you live your life, and you're going to adhere to God's words, to the Christian ethic. Now, when you're claiming to be a Christian and you're like clearly not adhering to the Christian ethic, that opens up room not only for Christians to criticize you, but non-Christians also, because it's like your worldview. But then you can't do this reversal like, oh, well, Brian, you're not also doing, it's like, I'm not a Christian.
Okay, that's fine. Would you feel more comfortable if I went to church every single week, if I read the Bible, if I lived by most of the stuff, but I say, hey guys, I'm not actually a Christian because there's one thing I don't adhere to?
Yeah.
Would that make
like
you more
I'm saying
Brian?
I'm a Christian. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
I feel like just to play Brian's advocate, not devil's advocate. I feel like what he's saying is like,
you guys can talk
if you're a bartender, right, or you go to like a job, right, and you're like, I'm a bartender. You put in your application, and then you lie on the application. I'm not a bartender.
Yeah,
I've never bartended in my life. They teach you how to be a bartender, but you're not a bartender until they make you a bartender. You know what I'm saying? So until Christianity says that you are a Christian by faith, you are not a Christian. You're
that's not true.
But people lie.
So
what's the difference
be a Christian
between
is to only believe that Jesus is real, that he died. And
no, but that's what he's saying is that's what you guys are
advocating. What he says. That's what it says written in the word.
How we Christian?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a Christian.
He doesn't even like Bad Bunny, so who cares?
There's like different denominations.
Yeah, he's literally not a Christian telling us Christians how to be Christian.
I'm just saying that's what I feel like what his mindset, mansplaining, he's just mansplaining.
He sounds to me like a convicted man.
Also, for her story, this is just where she is in her journey right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally all it is.
You're learning to be the bartender.
The definition
and I'm not saying, hey,
story.
sex work is the best shit ever. Like, let's all do this. You know, we gotta find some.
Girl, I'm giving the kitty out for free. If I could.
William donated $100.
It's just like 3 minutes.
Translation: 304s you are doomed.
Doomed.
Tell me something I haven't heard.
Can you put that like on the ground or whatever?
I would be more doomed with
not on the
minimum
ground, I
wage.
guess,
Literally.
What is it, 304?
William is like carrying
304
your
is a
rent
sex
right
worker.
now. Go, William.
A good hoe.
Calculator.
A high class.
We have Vector here. Thank you, William. Appreciate it. Thank you, William. Thank you, Vector.
Vector donated $100. If OnlyFans was the only job you could find, then your town/city sucks and the leaders in charge should be held accountable for not doing their jobs. Pam Bondi, it's time to prosecute.
You ever heard of San Bernardino?
I definitely chose the job. I did not have to do it. I used to work 3 jobs. I used to be in car sales. I worked on cars for a while. That was cool. But yeah.
That was the same shit.
So I guess back to the topic at hand, though. So if I could point you towards specific Bible verses that
Why? You're not
said,
Christian.
what's that?
Why? You're not Christian.
Okay. And?
Like, why would you give her like advice on her religion if you're not Christian?
I don't deny that.
So, okay, is the Bible accessible to non-Christians?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I look at a Bible?
But you guys view it differently. You said you're agnostic?
It's just like when you were like, you're agnostic, and why would you throw the Quran at you if you weren't Muslim? You're throwing Christianity at her, and you're not Christian.
No, that's not what I meant when I referenced the Quran. That was a criticism of you guys saying, well, Brian, you're technically sinning in XYZ ways because your show's controversial and blah, blah, blah. That's in contravention of Proverbs 6:16. And it's like, so I'm doing an internal critique of her position.
Proceed.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let's hear it, Brian.
Incoherent.
I'm ready.
Not really.
Explain how.
I'll give an example on how I see it. It's like, right, I have a friend who's single, been single for years, can't get a man. I'm not gonna ask her for relationship advice, or if she gives it to me, I'm not gonna listen to her.
So, okay, here, I'll go back to the vegan example. Let's say, I eat meat. I'm not a vegan. And somebody sitting across from me, let's say she's a vegan, and she says, I don't eat any meat. And then I see her eating a hot dog, and I see her eating a steak. And then I tell her, oh, how are you a vegan if you're doing like eating steak and, shrimp and whatever, all this stuff, all these different kinds of meats. How is that improper or incorrect. And then if she tells me, well, actually, as a vegan, it is okay to eat meat. Now is she correct or am I correct?
I have a question.
Hold on, let her answer.
For one, you have an opinion, and I don't think she said it was good for her to do sex work.
I'm not
That's not
saying
what
that
she-
is
yeah,
what the
she-
Bible says at
Yeah,
all.
she didn't say that at
I
all.
agree that's against. But what about this? Let's say I didn't do OnlyFans, right? Let's say I'm just a normal girl, but I wasn't waiting till marriage. Let's say I was having premarital sex. Still a sin.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to come on here and be like, you're not a real Christian because you're having premarital sex?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. There you go. Let's keep that energy. Like, keep it strict. He's consistent. With everything. So there we go. It's on the same level with having premarital sex. But people do that all the time with Christians. So look at that.
I think
And they always go to church on Sundays, and
Yep,
they're still
there you
Christians,
go.
and they're still out here
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
around.
it would be so. Like, yes,
Yeah.
if you're a Christian, yes, God does call people to observe chastity, and they should wait until marriage. But I think there's different levels in terms of potential, I guess, severity of certain things.
So
and
she's still a Christian. She still can be a Christian
Yep,
because
there
there's
we
certain
go.
levels to it.
that's not what I'm
I feel
fucking
like-
saying. Can you guys stop putting words in my mouth here? That's
I'm not
what
trying to put
saying.
nothing in your mouth.
You just said that.
You're literally putting words in my mouth.
I'm trolling.
I ain't trying to put nothing in your mouth.
Yeah. Can you guys fucking?
Sorry, bro.
I'm gonna start fucking kicking people off. You guys are being fucking feral. Like, just chill out a little bit. So, do you want to fucking leave?
You want me to?
Look, if I'm telling you guys to like tone it down a little bit.
What do you
the
want me to
attitude-
tone down? I'm not trying to have an attitude.
When you just
I
did
swear.
a little noise, like I'm being unreasonable.
Trust me, this
here.
is toned
Just
down.
asking
Can't help
you-
it.
Yeah, I
am-
get it that you can be more feral than this. I get it, but I don't need when I'm trying to have a conversation. I don't need all these people jumping in, adding shit that's not necessary. I don't need that.
So is this like a only talk when spoken
You're
to
gonna be
type
so
of?
fucking terrible in the army, bro. This fucking retard can't handle the whatever podcast, but she's gonna be disciplined in the fucking military. You're gigafucked. You're gonna make it 3 days. You're gonna make it 3 fucking days in boot camp, and you're gonna laugh at the drill instructor, and they're gonna
No, that's what I'm
fucking,
saying. Try
they're
not
gonna
to laugh
fucking
challenge.
discharge your fucking ass.
No,
No,
you're
they're not
going to
gonna
be so
discharge me.
buff
You're
from
gonna
I'm
fucking
a lock
discharge.
in, I'm a lock
Holy
in.
shit, yeah, you're gonna lock in.
I'm gonna lock it.
They're
Take your
gonna make you.
fucking
They're gonna make
ADHD
you.
Today's your first day of training.
Bro, literally. Whew, got a
She's letting
kickstart.
it out right now. That's what she's doing.
I'm
She's
getting
letting it
smoked
out
right now by Sergeant Brian.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.